Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. Today is Friday, June 29th, 2018, and the time is approximately 2:36 p.m. Welcome. For those of you who are new to my YouTube channel, I am Robert Alvarez. My name is Robert Alvarez. I am also known as Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, and I'm also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. And yes, the fans are on today because it's hot in my area, hence why I'm wearing this virtually non-existent tank top. So, a few things. So first of all, I want to publicly acknowledge and thank once again Lance Lost Star Tarot. That is his YouTube channel name. He recently featured me on his Instagram story for hashtag Tuesday Tarot Love. And not surprisingly, I have discovered some wonderful other people on Instagram who love the tarot, or in my case are in lust with the tarot. And as a result, I was divinely guided to do something really special as my next video, which is this video. So actually, before I go any further, I need to acknowledge that right now my awesome audiovisual person is working at his day job. So he is not available to record the video as he normally does. But that's okay. That's okay. Because I wanted this video to be uploaded sooner than later, especially considering what I'm going to be doing. So through Lance, and on Instagram, his username is TarotWorks. There is a blog post that's going to accompany this video. So all the links to Lance, TarotWorks, Lost Star Tarot will be in that blog post, as well as all the links to an amazing Instagram account called Seeds of Shakti. Now, given how goddess-oriented I am, I absolutely became enamored with the name of her Instagram account. And of course, Shakti is the Hindu goddess of cosmic energy. The root of Shakti's name is Shak, as in chakra. So it's totally appropriate to refer to the chakras as the goddess gates. And on her, as many of you know, yesterday, which was Thursday, June 28th, 2018, was the date of the full moon in Capricorn. And on Seeds of Shakti's Instagram page, she has this amazing Capricorn full moon spread. I've minimized the brightness to like the lowest setting, so you can see a little bit of it. But you'll see the image in the accompanying blog post and on the thumbnail of this video. So now I'm going to put the brightness back for me because I won't be able to see anything. So since my sun sign is Capricorn, and since my Mercury and Venus signs are also Capricorn, I felt very divinely guided to do this spread. And what I'm going to do, it just so happens that the next full moon after yesterday is also a full moon in Capricorn. That's going to be on July 27th. And let me just take a quick look as to what day of the week that is. I believe it's a Friday. Let me see. Yes, it is a Friday, July 27th, 2018. It is the second full moon in a Capricorn in a row. But the only difference between yesterday's full moon in Capricorn and next month's full moon in Capricorn is that the one on Friday, July 27th, 2018 is a lunar eclipse. And I was doing a little bit of reading about it. It's actually going to be the longest lunar eclipse in a very long time. So there you have it. So what I was divinely guided to do for this video is do the delving into success spread. And I've been divinely guided lately to use a very beautiful and well, it's just an awesome tarot deck all the way around. It's one of my personal favorite goddess-themed tarot decks. It's one of my personal favorite non-traditional tarot decks. and it is absolutely my personal favorite tarot deck with round cards. It is the Daughters of the Moon Tarot by Fiona Morgan. Now, believe it or not, you can actually shuffle, well, at least I can shuffle tarot decks with round cards, at least most of the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call upon Isis Fortuna, Goddess of the Sacred Tarot, to be with me as I engage in this tarot spread, full moon in Capricorn, delving into success. And if this reading resonates with you as well, please let me know in the comments, and then we're going to take it from there. I don't use this tarot deck very often. I basically only use it when I'm divinely guided, and usually that divine guidance is either the night before, the night of, or the night after a full moon. Given what I'm doing later this evening, it was best for me to do this reading in this video now. So there you go. Okay, I'm going to cut the cards. Okay, so to make it easier for everybody, I'm going to hold up the cards, and then I'll talk a little bit about it, and we'll take it from there. Okay. I love that I'm doing this a high-tech way. Okay. Capricorn Full Moon, delving into success. Card number 1. What type of You know, it looks small to me. I'm just gonna say that. What type of foundation do I need to build for myself in order to flourish and succeed? Oh my goddess. One of Cups, Ace of Cups, happiness. Now, just to let you know, this is a tarot deck that depicts nude women. It's for women, and it's very feminist, and it's very goddess oriented. So I am going to show you the card, but this woman is very happy standing under this waterfall, and she's completely nude. So, well, she's wearing a crystal pendant, but other than that, she's nude. So you've been forewarned. One of Cups, Ace of Cups. The card is subtitled Happiness. So, and that makes perfect sense. And of course, it's no coincidence. You know, yesterday was the date of the full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign. The polar opposite of every earth sign in Western astrology is a water sign. And in my area yesterday, it rained a lot. So here is this waterfall of wealth, this waterfall of joy and divine fulfillment. So I'm going to look at the question again. I'm going to ask it again. What type of foundation do I need to build for myself in order to flourish and succeed? One of joy. And I've said this in my group prosperity classes, and I've said this in my private prosperity classes. Joy is one of my personal favorite forms of prosperity. So for me to have a foundation that I need to build and maintain for myself in order to flourish and succeed, I must experience joy. I must have joy. Now, card number 2. What recent success do I need to recognize that I am oblivious to? I don't like any sentence with preposition, but it happens. Okay. Yeah, this is going to gnaw at me. What recent success do I need to recognize to which I am currently oblivious? Oh, I feel so much better. Ha ha! Coyote Woman, the trickster. Now, let me tell you something. I have an issue with Coyote Trickster. I will tell you why. I'm a very serious person. 90% of the time, I'm a very serious person. I'm very serious about my professional psychic practice. I'm very serious about my side position of employment. I'm very serious about money. I'm very serious about sex. I'm very serious about being king of the world. Well, I'm not entirely serious about being king of the world, but it's still, serious to me. I'm very serious about a lot of things that happen in the world, that are happening on this planet, that are happening in the United States. I'm very serious about a lot of things. So, and I've led and co-led public rituals, or rather open rituals. Let me rephrase that. Open rituals where Coyote Trickster comes and flubs my words. This siren is not a coincidence. This noisy, annoying as fuck siren is not a coincidence. Coyote Trickster. So, Coyote Trickster is reminding me to lighten the fuck up. And I have a feeling that Coyote Trickster is reminding you to lighten the fuck up too. I don't have a problem relaxing. I really don't. I don't have a problem being laid back and chill. Can't stand the term chill unless it's like with, something like chilled iced tea. That's another story. But, I know that Coyote Trickster is making their presence known again in my life as a way of saying, yo, Robert, come on, chill with us. It's okay, baby. Lighten the fuck up. Really, I have told Coyote Trickster fuck you a lot. A lot. A lot. So again, what recent success do I need to recognize to which I'm currently oblivious? Well, with the presence of Coyote Trickster, I need to acknowledge my success in being able to successfully relax and successfully handle challenging situations, even if all I want to do is throw somebody through a light, some type of window or door or something. So I'm not a violent person, but every once in a while I have this like warped fantasy of like, making a something sized hole in a wall, like somebody, is a racist. I feel like shoving them through a wall and making that hole in the wall that size of that racist. But that's not going to help anybody, and I know that. So, next question, or rather next card in the spread. Card number 3. What actions do I need to take to feel confident about my short-term and or long-term goals? It says and or, but I'm going to go with short-term and long-term. Oh my goddess. The moon. And of course, it's not a coincidence that Yemaya, or as I've been calling her lately, Imoja, is on the moon card in this tarot deck. The moon card almost always depicts a full moon. And Yemaya is a full moon goddess. And the moon card in the tarot is astrologically aligned with the sun sign, with the sign of Pisces. According to Raven Caldera's myth astrology, the deity that claimed the astrological placement moon in Pisces is Imoja. And it's so funny because originally, yesterday, I was going to go to the beach. But I really wanted to see the Smith Street Stage's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream in Carroll Park in the Carroll Gardens district of Brooklyn. So, but I know this. I know this to be true. So again, what actions do I need to take to feel confident about my short-term and my long-term goals? I need to get my ass to the beach and spend time with Imoja. And it's so funny, and I was talking about this recently with one of my clients who's also a fellow witch. I said that I said to her that in spite of the fact that the goddess Osset, Isis, my celestial mother, and Yemaya have so many attributes in common, I very rarely spend time with her. I very rarely venerate her. And I love and adore her. I mean, I think that as a moon magic witch, I have this natural affinity with lunar deities, especially full moon goddesses. But I find that I do not spend as much time with her. I spend a lot more time with her sister, or depending upon what you've read, her daughter, Oshun, than I do Imoja. But I know that I need to spend more time with her, especially right now, since the sun is in Cancer, which is another Western astrology sign that corresponds to her energy. So spend more time at the beach. Okay, card number 4. What boundaries do I need to assert in order to restore my personal power and accomplish what I set out to do? Now this is a big one for me, especially since I have a history of being a people pleaser. So I'm going to read this again. What boundaries do I need to assert in order to restore my personal power and accomplish what I set out to do? Wow. Okay. Again, feminist-oriented deck, goddess-oriented deck, and it just so happens that Fiona Morgan is a woman-loving woman. So of course there is a second Lovers card in this deck that is very woman-centric. Very woman-centric. So what do I need to do? What? Hello? Thank you. What boundaries do I need to assert in order to restore my personal power and accomplish what I set out to do? I must lavish my complete being, my body, mind, and soul with divine love. And I'm gonna say a little bit more about this. Since January of this year, 2018, I have felt, and I still feel, that 2018 is a year of deep and powerful healing for me. And I have found this to be time and again. I find that this year is all about deep and powerful healing for me. Physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I feel that very strongly. And there are things that have happened every month, from January to now, to June, and I have no doubt that there are other things that are going to happen next month in July, definitely in August, in September, October, November, and December of 2018 that are going to prove to me yet again that 2018 is a year of deep and powerful healing for me. So I know that divine love healing, pardon me. Wow, talk about healing. It's not lemonade, it's just water with lemon. It's filtered water with lemon juice. That hurt a little bit. Again, as if to confirm deep and powerful healing. Indeed. So I really feel, pardon me. I really feel that that 2018 is a year of deep and powerful healing for me. Again, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and probably in other ways as well. But I am seeing it most and feeling it most physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay. Card number 5. Message from Grandmother Moon. I love that. I love the moon being referred to as Grandmother Moon. By the way, Jennifer Ball's Spiritual Garage. It just so happens that there is a book by Z Budapest entitled Grandmother Moon. It is the companion book to The Grandmother of Time, also by Z Budapest. So, message from Grandmother Moon. Mawu. This is the Empress card in this tarot deck. And, I love the whole thing. I love that Mawu, who is this strong, powerful, beautiful African goddess, is on this elephant giving birth to her divine child. I love that there is a snake twined around a tree branch above her. I love that in many cosmologies the snake represents healing, transformation, transmutation. It represents creativity. It represents the power of creative energy. It represents transfiguration. And of course the elephant, intelligence, mental strength, remembrance. Mawu. And it's funny because I love the fact that this is not the only goddess-themed deck that I own that depicts Mawu. You know, prior to, other than this tarot deck, the Daughters of the Moon Tarot by Fiona Morgan, the only other card deck where I've seen a card depicting Mawu is Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, which again remains one of my personal favorite goddess-themed oracle card decks. And you know what? I know the stuff with Doreen Virtue, but I still feel divinely guided to use most of her decks. And I'm going to follow that divine guidance. I apologize if that upsets some of you, but I must always be true to my divine guidance. And that deck was created at a time when, well, at a time when Doreen Virtue was nicer and had a little bit more integrity. But I don't mean to judge, and I don't mean to sound judgmental, and I apologize for that, because that's not my intention, and that's not who I am. So, the message from Grandmother Moon, and how appropriate that I'm doing this reading on a Friday, a day of Venus, the planet that's astrologically aligned with the Empress card. You know, I think it's funny because there's a disco song called "Love Is the Message," and I have not heard that song in ages, and I think that the message that I'm receiving from Grandmother Moon for this particular spread is love is the message, or rather love and abundance are the message. And I've stated this previously, regardless of the transiting full moon sign, every full moon represents love and abundance. And if you want to increase the amount of love and abundance of good things, the things that you want, that you desire the most, whether it's money, whether it's professional success, whether it's divine romance, whether it's health, wholeness, and healing, whether it's divine restoration, the night before a full moon is always the best time to do this. And then the final message card, bottom of the deck. Oh my goddess, why am I not surprised? Hecate. Hecate. Ooh, I got a chill just now. Ooh. Ooh. Crone of Cups is the official name of this card. And I'm going to show it to all of you. Crone of Cups. Yes. And I love that it says Crone, it says Scorpio after Crone of Cups. Again, according to Raven Caldera's myth astrology, the deity that claimed the astrological placement of Moon in Scorpio is Hecate. So when the Moon is in Scorpio, regardless of its phase, it's a great time to venerate Hecate. And it's so funny because, you know, as a witch, as somebody who practices the art and craft of the wise, I do feel this strong affinity with Hecate. And Hecate, she is like the goddess Osset, Isis. She brooks no argument. So the final message card for me from Hecate is honor your moon magic. Honor your moon magic, practice your moon magic. Make sure that the magics you practice, you always practice. Whether it's moon magic, money magic, divination magic, healing magic. So I want to thank all of you in YouTube land for joining me in this journey and for joining me in this reading. I really felt I needed to do this sooner than later, and there are more videos coming up, but I definitely needed to make this video, and it needed to be done sooner than later. There are more videos coming up, but I also wanted to say, since the next full moon is also a full moon in Capricorn, although the one on Friday, July 27th, 2016 is indeed not only a full moon in Capricorn, but it's a lunar eclipse in Capricorn. And I feel the need to reconfirm this. Then again, technically it is a blue moon because it's the second full moon in Capricorn in a row. So yes, Friday, July 27th, 2018. No wonder I kept rechecking this. I stand corrected. It's a full moon in Aquarius. I'm like, I kept looking at this. Like, it didn't... wow. Boy. This full moon phase has had me a little bit trippy. Okay, you know what? I'm glad that it's not a second full moon in Capricorn in a row, because I kept looking at this and I'm like, what am I missing? And I mean, even in this video twice, I looked at this. I must have looked at this at least 3 times before this video started recording. And I'm just like, okay, you know, this is and of course, having Sun, Mercury, and Venus in Capricorn, this full moon in Capricorn affected me more internally than externally, which is fine, you know. It definitely is a full moon vibe that I've been able to handle relatively well in spite of this, but you know, that makes a lot more sense to me. So okay, so I stand corrected. The next full moon is indeed on Friday, July 27th, 2018. It is a full moon in Aquarius. Since that is my natal moon sign, what I feel divinely guided to do is either on that date, the day before, or the day after, I'm going to use this spread again, or maybe not. Now that changes. Okay, that totally changes everything. But you know what? Since my natal moon sign is Aquarius, I might do a different spread. But I feel divinely guided to use a lunar themed oracle card deck for that particular full moon transit. And I'm actually torn between the Black Moon Oracle by Susan Shepard and the Moon Oracle by Carolyn Astrop and John Smith. Or who knows, I might use both. It could happen. We'll see. But in the meantime, YouTube, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. I wish all of you many blessings. I wish all of you love and light, prosperity and peace. May you and yours experience great clarity and illumination under these full moon tides. And thank you. And have a good weekend, everybody. Bye.